Hi everybody, I'm Zilla Litz and welcome. Today we're going to do an unboxing of the Fatherland from Flying Pig Games and designed by Mark H. Walker. Now this game is an expansion to The Long Road, which of course is World War III with a paranormal twist. Werewolves, witches, vampires, and zombies tossed into World War III set in a 1985 context. This game adds West German units, maps, and more scenarios, so let's open it up and take a look inside. This is going to be a relatively straightforward unboxing, as we shall see, but a quick reminder before we jump into it. This is an expansion for the Long Road, and you need the Long Road in order to be able to play this one. This one just has West German counters. You need the additional maps, and you need the counters and rule set, of course, from the original game, as well as the player aids. So relatively straightforward. This is a scenario expansion here that's going to list the scenarios for the game. Looks like about 14 pages or so. There are 6 scenarios in here, and they contain a mix of conventional scenarios. Like the first 2 here look like Soviet West German scenarios, and then they start to mix it up. They get fairly creative here in terms of how they do this. So I think there is like this 4th one here. This is Soviet NATO, which adds West German together with US forces. Then this Fatherland scenario 4, you get the clan is in here, the vampires, the coven is in here. You get the vampires involved, but they, I think, are trying to bloodlet from each side. So they play kind of a third party that's trying to mess up the action. And then here we have Soviet, American, West German, and then scenario 6 gets into a Grey Woods. It's the Eagle Eye, it's the Coven against West German forces coming into this one here. So again, a mix of the paranormal and traditional. Looks like roughly an even split. I can't quite tell if this one has some other elements in there. I haven't looked at it. This looks conventional too. So it looks like 4 conventional and 2 kind of paranormal mixed in as well. So a nice collection of 6 additional scenarios. And then we get our additional counter set. I'll show some close-ups of these as always. These are the West German counters. Again, double printed on both sides. And we add different types of hardware here. We've got Martyrs and Leopards, Leopard 2s, M113s, a bunch of stuff in here that would be kind of, I guess, characteristic of West German forces in 1985. So a nice set of additional counters, again, done as well. They're fully 1-inch counters like as they were in Long Road, so it looks the same as well. And then we get our 4th map. So I'll pull this one out here. Again, this is 17 by 22, as are the other maps in our the original Long Road. And I'll show a zoomed out version of this one too. Again, same exact art scale, same design, same manufacturing process, so they're going to blend in well with the other game as, in terms of being a whole comprehensive set. And the nice thing about this 4th map then is that you can go 22 inches on the width here, and then you can go 17 here. So you can get 34 by 44 to make a perfect kind of hexagonal, a perfect rectangular map here. So that's going to work out really well. I like the art style on this one too. I like the subdued coloring. It gets that kind of paranormal, moonlit night kind of horror element to it that I think enhances the design of the game here. So very straightforward in terms of the maps and the counters, and that's what we have got. Now there is one thing too I wanted to mention. There was a production issue, I guess we'd call it, where 2 counters were left out. You need a counter for Schmidt and you need a counter for Whitman. They were leaders in some of these scenarios, and they omitted creating the counters for them. So you can download those. I'll put a link to the PDF on the Flying Pig website. You can download those there. And then I just printed them out in a little bit of cardstock, added some others in there. They're not the most elegant counters, but they'll work. And then there was an issue with this I think this PA-12 helicopter here, not the front side, but the back side. And I confess I don't quite know what was the issue with it. I think it's supposed to be gray and a 0 and an 8 instead of green and a 16. So you want to print those out and make sure you kind of make those changes before you jump in, because you're going to need Schmidt and Whitman in order to be able to play. So that's an issue that you want to, again, the PDF is available on there. You have to kind of solve that in your own way to jump in and play. So that brings us to the end. As I said, relatively straightforward unboxing. This is a quickie, but it adds gameplay onto an existing system. I will put a link to our full unboxing of the Long Road game right up here, so you can check that out as well. And I am looking forward to checking out this system with some gameplay on the channel coming up. It's probably going to be about 2 or 3 months from the time this goes out, but I'm looking forward to checking the system out on the channel as well. So there you go, the Fatherland Long Road expansion from Flying Pig Games, designed by Mark H. Walker. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day.